Welcome to another video. This one is a bit of a catch-up one. Last video you saw me put the step in, but since then been a bit busy. You've seen the electric board go in over here, that's all good. What I haven't shown is the installation of the water heater, water pump, whatchamacallit thingamajig. Can't think what it's called. Accumulator, I think it's called. Probably says what it is on it. Call it an accumulator, whatever. And then there's a water tank here as well, and all the pipe work that goes with it. So I thought I'd do a little explainer of that one essentially. So we have water tank here, I'll show you that in a second. And then from there, a pipe runs along the bottom. I'm just gonna get really uncomfortable here. There we go. So we've got a pipe that goes up into a little inline filter thingamajig here, into the water pump, and then from the water pump into the accumulator, and then from that it runs over my head here, and then we've got a little split off here. One part here goes to the kitchen taps, which aren't connected yet because we don't have kitchen in. The other part goes to the bottom of this water heater. This is a 12 volt and 240 volt water heater. I don't think I'm going to use the 240 volt purely because it's going to use more of the battery power, I think, because you've then got a loss in the inverter to then power this. I don't know. We're going to put a socket in here anyway, so if we find it's not good enough, we'll plug in the 240. And then from here, we've got hot water comes out, it splits, one half goes over there to the kitchen, the other half comes all the way back over here, above my head. And there's also a split on the cold feed as well here. This goes out to the far corner there and up into the shower. We've built the shower cubicle, I'll show you that in a second, but we haven't waterproofed it. So there's going to be a whole video on waterproofing of the shower cubicle, etc. The water feed arrived yesterday, or many weeks ago by the time this video comes out. And it's going to be a sort of backfill. So it's going to be fed from underneath the van, but it actually feeds into the top of the water tank. And then the other thing to go in is this lovely Chinese diesel heater. So pretty simple actually. It's a scary thing to put in, but you just really, I've got an extra, so they come with little plates that they sit on, which are about sort of that thick. I bought a different one to make it thicker, so it goes through both this floor and then the van. You cut a hole in the wood, and then you have to get a jigsaw because I've only got wood hole saws. Fortunately, my largest wood hole saw was the perfect size, which is a win. So you cut the hole, and then you've got an intake and an exhaust air for the actual combustion. The intake air for heating comes in this side, and the exhaust of heated air comes out here, which is then going to have a pipe that comes out up here somewhere. Haven't actually decided exactly where, hence it's not plumbed in. And that's about it. We've got taps there for turning off feed to the shower, taps here for turning off feed to the sink. There's also another feed here, so you see, you can possibly just about see there is a split there, which then goes out and out there. So we've got essentially a shower for the dogs. So there's a little pipe that comes out by the water tank, and that is purely so we can just put a hose on the back and just rinse off the dogs, because when we're on holiday they're going to be getting dirty and stuff, and the last thing you want is muddy dogs in your lovely camper van. So we've got that to rinse them off. That's about it really. So the water heater is plumbed into your 12 volts here, into the fuse box that's just off screen. One other thing I have to do is the DC-DC charger. We think we're getting a massive resistance bit basically, so when it kicks in it's instantly dropping voltage, which makes me think that my negative wire is too thin. So I'm going to run a new negative to the front battery, the starter battery, underneath the van, up into the links distributor that's just here. and that should hopefully cover us off for that. Oh, the other thing, I've actually got 240 in here as well now, so I'll show you that. But yeah, pretty good. So let's show you the other little bits and bobs. So that's the water tank. It's an over wheel arch water tank, 100 litres, and you can see then the output pipe. That there is the input pipe for the fill, which will go through the floor down here. And then all the way back in here, there's a right old mess of stuff. Power, etc., etc. Runs nice and neatly across there. That hanging thing is the controller for the water heater. 240 volts is all turned on here. Lovely job. And then in the back, we've now got the step in with some lovely flooring. We've got the bulkhead finished with a nice door in it. There is a handle that goes on it, but while we're painting, we're not going to put that in. 2 holes there, that's for the water feed for the kitchen. Then the one on the left here is for the fridge. And then on the right, it's 240 for the induction hob. And then we come up here, we got a lovely switch panel, servo touch, and 240 that actually works. And then the shower in here, which is going to be nice. Still needs waterproofing. And then we've painted here. We're still doing painting, so this is just primer at the moment. And then the big win is actually got lights and one of these panels. So we can't put any more panels in because we're actually in the process of building the cupboard that goes up here and the cupboard that goes in here and then the other cupboard that goes here basically. So we can't put any more of the roof panels in until we know where these cupboards come out. So yeah, that's the update of where we're at currently. Next video will be building one of the overhead cupboards. So yeah, we'll crack on with that one. If you've liked this little catch-up video, hit that like button, subscribe, give us a comment, let me know what you think, and yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.